Top 10 World's Most Successful Entrepreneurs. In order to succeed as an entrepreneur, you must invest your time and money in the company you are starting. Often, successful entrepreneurs start a business to provide a service to the public that makes their life easier. The path these individuals underwent to arrive where they are today will astound you. This list includes the world's top 10 most successful entrepreneurs. The 10th, Vera Wang. Vera Wang, who was born in 1949 in Manhattan, New York, was raised in affluence. In high school, she started competing in figure skating. She competed in the figure skating competition with her partner, James Stewart. Unfortunately, because she was not selected for the Olympic team, her skating career was cut short. She started her entrepreneurial path after graduating from college with an art history degree. At the age of 22, she began working for Vogue. A year later, she was promoted to fashion editor, a post she held for the following 15 years, until 1987. During that year, she left her position and began working as a creative director for Ralph Lauren. With the aid of her father's money, Wang launched her own bridal shop after seeing there was a lack of non-stereotypical wedding dresses. Her store quickly gained notoriety, and well-known celebrities like Kate Hudson and Victoria Beckham were among her clientele. Her wedding dresses range in price from $7,500 to $23,000, depending on the style. The 9th, Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is another amazing entrepreneur whose net worth is reported to be about $4.3 billion. He began earning his own money at the age of 12 by selling waste bags to acquire pricey basketball shoes while still an undergraduate student at Indiana University. His teachers thought it brave of Cuban to scrape together the cash to purchase a bar. Cuban started his first business, Micro Solution, after graduating. He sold it 7 years later for $6 million. Together with other college students, he developed the website AudioNet. He made $13.5 million through the website that became Broadcast.com. He acquired a sizable investment in the Dallas Mavericks in 2000, and as a result, the team started to win more games and eventually won the NBA title. Cuban continues to invest in young firms and even became a Shark Tank investor in 2011. The 8th, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, Apple's co-founder, is a business legend. Electronics piqued Jobs' curiosity when he was young. He dared to ask the president of Hewlett-Packard for components for a high school project of his. Jobs pleased Hewlett-Packard, who offered him an internship at his company, where he met Steve Wozniak. Jobs, who was 20 years old at the time, took an interest in Wozniak's pastime and pushed him to create a business with him. They opened a business in the garage of Jobs' parents' home, called it Apple, and got to work on the prototype. The first prototype collected enough funds to develop their product, and they built Apple II, which earned $200 million in revenue in the first 2 years. Steve Jobs sold his share of Apple and left the company in 1985 as a result of a few setbacks along the route. He then established a new firm and attempted to market the next computer. But his efforts were unsuccessful due to the high price. He subsequently turned his focus to Pixar Animation Studios, the company behind the animated film Toy Story. Due to the success of the film, Pixar was valued at $1 billion. Apple afterwards acquired Pixar for $400 million and hired Jobs once more. For the next 10 years, Apple launched massively successful devices because of Steve Jobs. He formally left his role as CEO in 2011 and died of cancer 6 weeks later. The 7th, Sergey Brin. Sergey Brin was ranked 7 in terms of wealth in the world as of July 2020, with a net worth of $66 billion. Russian-born Brin migrated to the United States in 1979. During his orientation day at Stanford University, he met Larry Page. Brin's dorm room was converted into an office by the two of them. They established a website, PageRank, that ranked other websites based on the number of page links they had. In 1998, they named this website Google, which quickly evolved into a search engine. They also founded Google, which had remarkable success in its first 5 years, with over 18 million searches every day. The business kept expanding, and in 2006, it bought YouTube for $1.6 billion in stock. In December 2019, Brin left his position at the parent business of Google. The 6th, Lawrence Ellison. Larry Ellison, an American businessman and the founder and CEO of Oracle, with a net worth of $72.9 billion. Ellison was reared in Chicago by his aunt and uncle, who adopted him. After the passing of his adoptive mother, he attended the University of Illinois, but left after just 1 semester. Ellison never received a college diploma. Ellison kept switching jobs for the following 10 years. He started learning the fundamentals of software development during those years. He began developing the first IBM-compatible mainframe system and created Oracle in 1977. As Ellison proceeded to build and update Oracle, revenue began to double every year for 7 years. Despite a few setbacks, Oracle's prosperity continued, and as the company's largest shareholder, Ellison became one of the world's richest people. The 5th, Mark Zuckerberg. With the popularity and fame of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg became a household name. He fell in love with programming in high school. He and a fellow student, Adam D'Angelo, devised a plugin that drew Microsoft's attention. They were both offered jobs at Microsoft, but declined in order to attend college. Despite attending Harvard University to study programming, Zuckerberg's passion for the subject was unquenchable. He built a website called FaceMash in 2004 and uploaded images of other students that he had obtained by breaking into the university's database. He had the idea to build a website where students could meet one another, and he was successful in building Facebook, which combined MySpace and Friendster. From his dorm room, he and his co-founder formally established Facebook, and within a short period of time, many students had set up accounts there. Zuckerberg had made $12.7 million after a year and a half. One of the most frequently accessed websites on the internet at the moment is Facebook, which has more than 2.4 billion active members. Zuckerberg has a $96 billion net worth. The 4th, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a South African businessman who captivated the world. He was an introverted child who enjoyed reading. Additionally, he had a strong interest in computer programming. He enrolled at Queen's University in 1989, and same year, he also became a citizen of Canada since he believed it would help him become an American in 2002. He enrolled at Stanford University but left after less than a week to capitalize on the development of the internet. He and his brother founded their first business, Zip2 Corporation. The purchase price of the business was $307 million. Then he founded XCOM, which later combined with another business that offered a money transfer service, giving rise to PayPal. When he sold it to eBay for $1.5 billion, Musk became a millionaire. Elon Musk's third business, SpaceX, was established in 2002. As the first private corporation to launch a spaceship, his business created history. With the success of SpaceX, Musk went on to found Tesla Motors, a business specializing in electric vehicles. And as of 2020, his net worth is predicted to be over $83.6 billion. The third, Bill Gates. Bill Gates, the founder of the world's largest software company, is an inspiring example of a successful entrepreneur. Bill Gates was born in Seattle in 1955. Despite his parents' wishes, Gates was more interested in computing and coding. He went to a prominent school in Seattle where he and another student, Paul Allen, began skipping class to use the computer lab. The two students produced software that earned them $20,000 at the age of 16. When the first microprocessor was developed, Gates and Allen were students at Harvard University. They used this as an opportunity to approach the manufacturer about having built a version of a computer language for the microcomputer, when in fact, they hadn't. To their amazement, the company's president wanted to see what they had created. The two of them toiled day and night to write it, and it successfully ran, and thus Microsoft was formed. Gates became one of the richest individuals overnight in 1986 when the operating system Windows was released, and he was making $61 million. His estimated net worth in 1999 was an astounding $90 billion. Gates now has a net worth of $114 billion. The second, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is undeniably one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time. Bezos was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1964. He worked as a cook during the morning shift in his first job during high school. In 1986, he graduated from Princeton University with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering and computer science, and a commendable grade point average of 4.2. Prior to starting his position at the then newly established investment bank D.E. Shaw and Company, he had numerous job offers upon graduation. After 4 years of employment, he was named the organization's youngest senior vice president. When Bezos was online, he saw that the number of people using the internet was skyrocketing yearly. He made the decision to start an online bookstore in order to capitalize on this discovery. He went to Seattle with his family and began developing software for his virtual bookstore in his garage with a handful of staff. He developed Amazon.com, named after the river, where he listed 1 million books. The first transaction was made in July 1995, and thanks to mailing lists and new groups, the website's popularity grew over the following years. By 1996, Amazon's sales had surpassed $15 million, and the company had grown to 1,000 people. To get rid of any competition, he made the decision to expand his business and sell items other than books. The business kept expanding and eventually controlled every online retailer. Despite his humble beginnings, Bezos rose to become one of the world's richest and most successful entrepreneurs, with a net worth of $190.6 billion. The first, John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller, a businessman who was born in 1839, and revolutionized the oil business, amassed immense wealth. In 2019, his estimated net worth was $418 billion. He was born into a middle-class family and got his first job at the age of 16 as an assistant at a bookstore, earning $50 per month. He was 20 years old and working as a commission merchant with a business partner when he noticed an opportunity in the oil industry. He sold his company for $450,000 and constructed his first oil refinery in Cleveland. Within 2 years, Rockefeller dominated the oil sector, and his refinery became the largest in the city. This concludes the video. Please consider liking and subscribing. See the videos displayed on the screen if you want to keep going down the business rabbit hole.